Hey guys, welcome back. It's Mrs. Crosser.
And it's me, Luke.
And we're here to teach you Advanced Movie Maker. Alright, the first thing that you want to do, we are assuming that you have your pictures and your videos all ready to go and you are ready to put it all into the movie. So we're just going to check your flash drive, make sure you have all your things ready to go. Now, this video is probably going to be a little bit lengthy because we're just going to go through the entire process of movie making. So remember that you can open up another window or open up Internet Explorer and watch this movie and then pause it and then go work in Movie Maker and then come back to the movie as you work through the project. So we're just going to make sure we have everything ready to go for our Jump Rope for Heart projects. We have all of our pictures already ready to go in here, and we already have all of our videos ready to go. Okay, so we have everything ready. The next thing that we're going to do is start the Movie Maker.
So you go to the start menu, then looking for your Movie Maker. You go to all programs, you look through all of them until you find Windows Movie Maker. Okay, now we're going to clear our collection of movies. So we click on one, and then we go to Edit, select all, and then we go back to Edit, delete it. Then now we want to save it, so we can save it all through the thing. So click Save Project. My computer, into your flash drive, Tech Lab, any folder you're doing your Movie Maker in, and you name it what you want.
Okay, now that we've saved it and we have a nice clear collection window to work with, we're going to import some videos. The thing about importing videos is you can only import one at a time. So we come on over here under Capture Video. If you ever see it where you don't see this part right here and it's missing, all you have to do is click the tasks and that will bring that back up, just so you know. So again, if that's ever missing and you don't see it, just click tasks and that will bring it up. So under Capture Video, we're going to import video. We can just do this one at a time. As I said, we're going to navigate to wherever you have the movie saved. We have ours on the flash drive. Yours might be in My Documents. We're going to go into our Tech Lab, Jump Rope for Heart, and then into our videos. I'm going to click the first one, and then I'm going to click Import. Remember, we can just add them one at a time. Okay, after it's imported, you can just drag it down to the storyboard. It's easier. I always like to work in the storyboard, but you can also click and work in a timeline, in the story timeline, but it's okay. We want to show this storyboard. Now that it's down here in our storyboard, we can import our next video. We're going to click the second one and import that. Don't worry, once they are imported and they're down in the storyboard, you can move them all around so they don't have to stay right in the front. We're just trying to get them into our storyboard. Alright, now that the second video is in, again, I'm just going to drag it down. Then I'm going to import our third video. Alright, now that it's imported, we're going to drag that down. With Windows Movie Maker, the thing that you want to remember is you just want to save throughout it. So every kind of couple of minutes that I'm working, I just go and save, because Windows Movie Maker has a tendency to just freeze up. Alright, the next thing that we're going to do is import pictures. So underneath the import video, we can go to import pictures. Again, we have to navigate to our wherever you have the picture saved. We have ours in our picture folder. And remember, once they're saved inside of these folders, you don't want to move them again. So I'm going to click the first one. If you wanted to see what they were, you can come right here and click thumbnail. But I'm going to click the first one and then scroll all the way down to the last one and hold the shift button down and click the bottom one, and that will just select all of the pictures that I have in here, and I'm going to click import. And now they'll be in our collection window, And we don't have to pull them all in. They will remain in there. The videos are the only ones that you seem to have to do one at a time. Now, okay. So we can pull and go to the pictures as we need it. And so we can just pull them down in here onto our storyboard. Again, once we're in here, we can move everything all around.
Okay, now we're going to add a title to the beginning of the movie. First, you go to the Edit Movie, and you go to Make Titles or Credits. You click Add Title at the beginning of the movie. You write the text you want at the front. And the bottom one is like, you can write your name by whoever.
Remember, the format for Mrs. Crosser's projects are by your first name, last initial, and then your homeroom teacher.
You go over where it says More Options, and you can change the title animation so you can do cooler stuff with your title. You have to go to the one that says title 2 lines, and you find one that you want.
If you only had one line, you would just use the first one. But since we have 2 lines, we have to scroll down to the title 2 line.
Click on the one you want.
You can click on it and it will give you a little preview.
And then if you want to change the text or font, you click on Change Text or Font. And if you want to change like what kind of font it is, you click on that little bar and you click the one you want. And then if you want the back color, you click on the color right there and you pick the color you want for the background. And then when you already added all the stuff you want, you click Done, Add Title to Movie.
Okay, now we can see that we have our title at the beginning of the movie, and we can play a little preview to see what it looks like. Now, if you decide that you do not like that and you want to go back and change it, you can always come onto the window here or the picture, right-click, click on Edit Title, and then I'll get you right back in there, and then you can work on title animation and change the colors if you wanted to. Okay. Okay, we went through and made a few changes. We decided to go ahead and change our title to red since we were doing Broke for Heart, learning about our heart, and we added some pictures into here. So what we want to do now is, now that we have all this research that we have done, we need to put that into our movie because this is an educational project, and so we need to make sure we add the information that we went and researched. Okay, the way that we do that is you can put text right on a picture, which is one of the things I do love about Movie Maker. So I'm going to click the picture that I want to, which is our first one here. We're going to click Make Titles or Credits again. This time you have choices. We could add it before this, we could put it on this, and we can put it after the picture. I want to go ahead and put this one right on the selected. So I'm going to put title on selected. Okay. Now I'm going to type my information in. Remember, we must put the question in there, otherwise there wouldn't know what. Okay, then we can go and we can add, we can change that animation. It doesn't have to have any animation, or we can have it. I'll give us a little preview. Notice here in our, we're now in the timeline, and right here is our text. You can always make that longer if you wanted to, so that it stays on the whole picture. You could make it smaller if you just wanted it to be a little bit, and if it happens, sometimes these things get moved around as you're working, so you can slide it wherever you want it to go. We want it to be on that picture still, so we're going to bring it back over here. And again, we can watch. And okay. Alrighty. Now I'm going to show you, we have another picture, and we're going to add the information in. We've put our question in, so now we're going to use another picture and we're going to add in our information. Okay, now we're going to add in our, we're going to answer our answers to that question. This time I'm going to go ahead and, since I have this picture selected right now of this heart, I want to go ahead and put the title before that's selected, so it will just show a screen with the answers on it. So I'm going to click that, and then I'm going to type the information in. Okay, now that we have, we went ahead and put it in. We put in our first one here. It was too much information for one title, for one slide. So we actually put one. We added a title before the selected clip, and then we also added a title after the selected clip. And I think it's pretty cool. So now we'll bring this all the way to the front and watch our movie so far. Okay, so far this is what we have for the project, and that's just question 1. So we're going to go through and we're going to add all of the rest of our research. However, there's some very important stuff that we need to do right now before we continue. What do we need to do, Luke?
Save!
Save, because we remember that Movie Maker tends to freeze up. Okay, so we're going to just put the whole movie together and let you watch along, and we'll talk about it, and then we'll come back once everything is in and tell you the next part. Okay, now that we have all of our pictures in here, all of our movies in, or all of our videos in here, and all of our titles. Remember, you come down here, you scroll down to the titles, and you can always like move these titles around to make sure they're in. Also remember, save, 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 save. Okay, so you check it out, everything is all good, we've previewed it. The only thing we don't have is transition, so we're going to go back into the storyboard so that we can add transitions in. If we wanted to, we could add effects to our pictures and our videos, but we're not going to do that, but we are going to add in some transitions, and Luke's going to talk to you about that.
So if you want to, you go to the edit movie, and if you want to view the video translations, you click on the little highlight button, and you pick any one you want, and you place it into one of those white and gray things. You pretty much just play around with it and put it in everyone.
You don't want to put a transition in between every single picture or clip, because it will become a little bit annoying and your audience will get annoyed with it. So you just kind of spread it throughout it.
Now, when you put them all in, you play you play the video, so just make sure all your titles are still in place.
Okay, now that we have everything all together, again, make sure you want to go and you're in the timeline, not the storyboard. You want to make sure all of your titles are all lined up. We learned in this lesson here that go and add all your transitions and your effects in before you add your titles in, because that will definitely mess them all up. We had to go back through and we had to align them all, and you just drag them and pull them where they need to go. Not a big deal, but it can be frustrating. Again, remember to save often, add the transitions and the effects before you add the titles. But now we need to tie it all together, because we have our movie here. We have the completed movie. We can put it back here and we can watch it. And it looks great, but it's kind of boring because there's no sound in it. So what we're going to do is we are going to add our music to it. Now, we talked about using music in our classroom and using music in our projects, and about digital responsibility. So we can't just go out and take whole songs. If we are using, we can either use freeware, or we have to use music. We have to go into Audacity and we have to cut it to be only 10% or 30 seconds of the song. I've already gone and done that. That will be a whole different movie you would watch on how to use Audacity to adapt music, so that we are following the guidelines of digital responsibility. But I've already done that. So what I'm going to do is import audio or music right here. One thing that you do need to make sure that you do, which I did not, is save all of those movie files inside of your folder that you created for this movie folder. Okay, I'm going to make sure I found my movie or my sound clips, and I'm going to copy those and make sure that I do have them saved inside of that movie file, just to be safe. So I go to my computer. Again, we're working in our flash drive, Tech Lab folder, Jump Rope for Heart, and I'm just going to right click right here and paste them into my folder. Now that they're saved in my folder, I'm going to go back to my movie file, import audio or music. Again, navigate here to my computer, my flash drive, Tech Lab, Jump Rope for Heart, and then our sound clips. Alright, and it puts it up here. What I have to do is I have to pull it here into our window to where the audio and the music is. Now I can play and okay, we can see that certainly sounds much better than without the music. Okay, I've went ahead and added my my sound clips. This one's a little bit longer, so I have to make sure that it matches up and goes right to the end of my movie, because otherwise there'll be music playing but no movie. Okay, so you can always again review it. You go back and you can. Now, if we want it to fade out so it kind of smooths a little bit better, we can come in here and we can right-click on the song that we want and we can fade out. We can also grab the song and put it just a little bit on top of the other song, so that way it has a nice smooth transition. So I'm trying to put it over this country. You just gotta hold real tight and bring it over a little bit. And that way then, instead of just cutting straight off, it transitions to the next song. So let's listen to a quick transition. Okay, so that is it. That's adding music to your movie. Okay, we are almost finished. We have everything in. We have our titles in, our clips in, we have our music in. We want to make sure that we save it. We are not finished. This is a movie maker project. We have to export this as a final movie. So we go File, Save Final Movie File. So save movie file. And And then we're going to save it from my computer. Next, give it a name. And then I'm just going to put it back inside that folder, which is what you would want to do so that you would have it when you needed to present your presentation. So we're going to go to Tech Lab, Jump Rope for Heart, and we can just do it right inside of there. And we're going to just make sure that we make our final movie. We're going to say next. Yep, we want the best quality for playback on the computer. And we're just going to leave it. So now we have to leave this alone. You cannot shut your computer down. You cannot cancel this until it is finished making this. You just have to let it make or create it. When it's finished, it will be saved inside of that folder as a final movie file. Once it's saved as the final movie file, you can move it wherever you want and send it and share it and embed it on your websites. That's it. I hope you enjoyed our movie. Come back for some more.
Bye.
Thanks to Luke for all of his hard work and helping us and all his hard work on this great project he created. Thanks.